Master Teacher 360. What's going on, my high vibrational expressions of God on earth? This your boy, Dr. Will Rogers, aka Master Teacher 360. Time to rebrand. It's time to elevate. Time to go to the highest level of the game. A complete kirka. A complete circle. A complete church. From the perspective of over and understand that we write code. Code creates a structure or control. The structure, the control creates a character. This character then starts to engage in communication. During this communication process, the character creates a community. Then the community gives the character a commission. My brothers and my sisters, this is the new Master Teacher 33, which is now Master Teacher 360, which is the omniscient, which means all power, the ability to connect not just 33 degrees of knowledge or gnosis, but 360 degrees of knowledge or gnosis. It's imperative, my brothers and sisters, that you over and understand that this new AI-powered or AI-enhanced is based upon critical thinking. Critical thinking overrides what is called logical fallacies. So I just revealed, explained, illuminated, simplified, and wrote the book that talks about the logical fallacies that we all are previewed to. We all could fall subject to these logical fallacies where there is a flaw in our logic. The ability to use grammar, the ability to use etymology, the ability to use syntax and the other 7 attributes and characteristics of the science and the psychology of language or language, and the ability to over understand the art and the science of communication or rhetoric helps us to establish true histology or activate our histones in our DNA. So we all have histones inside of the body. Emphasis on the word his and the word tones. A tone is a frequency. It's a wave. It's a verb and a vibration. This is the new age where it's not based upon effort, but it's based upon the energy. This new frequency is no longer based upon effort because of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is creating a utopia. It's ushering in an age where there is no longer effort. Effort will be done by artificial intelligence, but the artificial intelligence must be programmed. You must establish a prompt. You must be able to communicate from a place of the highest frequency level in order to control a lower frequency level. Artificial intelligence will override you if you don't override it. And the only way to override artificial intelligence is with authentic intelligence. Let me say it again. The only way to override artificial intelligence is with authentic intelligence. One more time for the Negroes in the back. The only way to override artificial intelligence is with God, with source. But there are logical fallacies because we have multiple gods. Some say we got multiple frequencies, waves and verbs and vibrations, but we get to collapse one specific frequency. Now, when you look at neuroscience, when you look at the fact that this is a simulation, that just simply means the observer determines what is observed. Let me say that again. This is the new age, the new era of master teaching at 360 degrees of awareness, instead of master teaching at 33 degrees of awareness. Because 33 is not even 45 degrees. It's not even 90 degrees. It's not 180 degrees. It's not 230. It's not 250. 360. 360 degrees of awareness. 360 degrees of gnosis. 360 degrees of awareness. The ability to make a complete kirka, or a complete circle that is AI empowered. But before you can engage in this level of awareness, you must exercise a higher level of awareness. You must come from, because the game is based upon awareness. It's based upon perception. You serve the God of your awareness. You serve the God of your perception. You worship, or you work for. So we look at the 5 W's. The first one is the Word. So in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. The Word became flesh, started to dwell among men. The Word establishes how you and I'm going to use the word worship, second W. Worship establishes how you work, third W. Worship, or word, worship, work, woman, the last W, wealth. Now, ladies, you swap out the word woman with the word men. So the 5 W's are established from a higher level of awareness that's based upon God or source. So you cannot control artificial intelligence with a lower frequency. This is higher ranking because that's the same way the military works. Same way law enforcement works. The same way the angelic hierarchy works. There's orphans, there's seraphims. There are different ranks and levels of angels. There's different ranks and levels of demons. So the reason that King Soul of the man, King Solomon, had complete mastery over 72 demons is because King Solomon had a ring, and on the ring he had a sigil. A sigil is a circuit. A circuit is a computer chip. A circuit is an electrical blueprint or an electrical grid. That circle now is a computer chip. It's a motherboard, but it still operates with the same frequency. It's the place to channel energy. You have been given the power and the ability to channel energy. You have the ability to influence energy in the way that it flows with your emotion and with your speech. So in the beginning was speech, the Word. The Word was God. The Word became God. And the Word dwells among flesh. The ability for you to put your words in a particular order. Remember, most of us have been trained to obey people in positions of authority and not to question the nature of the reality. We've been told what to think. We have not been told how to think. So the MASTERTEACHER33 360-degree program is 4 frequency ranges that tells you how to think based upon understanding something called the science and the art of language. Everything starts with language. The ability to understand what it is. How do we structure? How does the mind work? How does spirit work? Spirit is structured thought. So the ability to understand critical thinking and to use the science of language. To use and to understand the science of how the language creates emotion and energy. To understand your biology. So we're talking about cosmology, theology, and biology that is expressed in number 4, which we call reality. It's extremely important that we understand this reality that we influence. We are co-creators with the creators. The word says the same thing. We're joint heirs. We're royal priests. We are ambassadors. We have been crucified with Christ. There's no longer I who live, but Christ. So we're not here to do our will. We're here to do the will of Source, the will of the Father. So the ability to understand that there is no such thing as me and you. The body is a vehicle. It's a temporary housing place. It's not permanent. You should not worship or work for the body. The body is under the influence of the soul, but the soul is under the direction of the spirit. So we must walk in the spirit, just like it says in the Bible. Then we won't fulfill the lust of the flesh. So it's the ability to operate from a place or operate in the spirit. That's the code. Spirit code creates spirit control, creates spiritual character, creates spiritual communication, creates spiritual community, creates spiritual commissions. When you understand the 5 C's, it allows you to control what you see with your third eye. That's what we call it. But it's the pineal gland, because that's the place where Yaakov wrestled with God. It's very important that this 360 gives you singleness. The Bible says, if thine eye be single, great is the power. So it's all about operating in singularity. The ability to seek ye first singularity. Seek ye first the king's dominion. The king should have dominion over your dome, crown chakra activation. But it must be done in 360 degrees instead of 33. So we've laid the foundation. Now it's time to implement Hebrews 6:1 that tells us to leave the basic teachings of Christ and go on to perfection, not laying again the foundation. So sure, I'm not saying that you don't need the foundation. I'm just saying it's already been laid. So we're not supposed to just worship. We're also supposed to work. Remember the 5 W's I said at the beginning of the show? When you get the word, you're supposed to worship. But the word worship means work. Then, if you notice in Genesis, when God created Adam, he took him and put him in the garden way before he created Eve. So based upon the biblical narrative, man was given work before woman. So brothers, especially my brothers, you have to establish a spiritual dominated disposition so that way you can establish purpose, work. Because where purpose, work, ergon in the Greek is not known, abuse is inevitable. It's all about operating inside of your God-given purpose, destiny, diakonia. That's the goal. The goal determines the role. The role determines the path. The path determines the cash. If you're on the wrong path, you will not receive your cash. Your cash is determined by the path. Most people are on the wrong path. So there's levels to the game. What's up, Sister Amanda? What's going on, sis? So when you understand there's levels to the game. So we are disrespecting people that are on different levels. We gotta stop doing that. Regardless, if somebody's on first base, just like elementary school, you don't see people that's in 12th grade disrespecting people that's in first grade. Because you know it's a process. We all start in a process. But do you stay in elementary school? There are some babies, cretins. You've been at that level of the game for 30 years, sitting on the same pew, listening to the same message, doing the same thing, and getting the same boring results. Yahushua came that you may have life, and life more abundantly. Negro, you're supposed to grow. And you can't grow if you don't know. I've been saying this for years. That word perfection in Hebrews 6:1, it says, let us go on to perfection. It's talking about your telomeres. It's the word teleos, or teleos in the Greek. Teleos means a mental state, a mental disposition, Negro. Mental. It ain't physical. Perfection is a mental disposition where you have activated all 144, all 7 chakras. You're vibrating on 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. I ain't no mathematician, but I do know basic mathematics. And so the ability to operate in a full Kirka is 360. 360. So the new level of awareness is based upon that understanding that what I've been doing over the last 30 years is awesome. I've gotten to people, I've helped people, thousands of people, like Sister Amanda and everybody else that's listening, get to a level of awareness based upon Dear Canary Report. We serve God on the level of our awareness. Right, Sister Pam? Sister Pam knows what I'm talking about. It's time to expand your awareness. You can expand your relationship with God. Now, remember, I don't do religion. My bad. So sorry. I don't do religion. I do spirit and science. If you can talk to me on 3 levels of awareness, we can't hang out, bro. No disrespect. I'm not talking about you, though. I'm talking about the Negroes in the back. Not you, those other people. So you should not, birds of a feather flock together. You cannot be unequally yoked. That simply means that, number 1, very important, the word. Number 2, worship. Number 3, you get the word, you get the worship. Bam, now you're eligible to get work. Now when you're working, that's the same thing as worshiping. But it's based upon the word. Your word. In the beginning was the word. Now you can interpret the word. You receive the word, but it's really, extremely, extremely important that you understand you live in a world of your creation. Based upon all of the science, even the Bible, you bring about what you think about. It's done unto you as you believe. Faith, hope, and love. The greatest of 3 is love. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Does your hope have substance? Boom. You got substance? That's what faith is. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I go to the unseen world. Quarks, quinoes, muons. You can't see them. But I mold, like it says in Hebrews 11:3, the worlds were framed by the word. When you speak, you frame worlds. Yours, not mine. Unless you're a witch. Then you're trying to con and manipulate people using the 10 fallacies, 10 logical fallacies, which is the book in the show that I just did yesterday. That's what's been done to you right now. Right now as we speak, the dominant culture is using exposure therapy. I'm going to keep exposing you to the same narrative, the same story. No story, no glory. Wrong story, wrong glory. You got your own story. How come you're not expressing, exposing, and expanding your own story? You're supposed to be sharing with the world what God has done for you. You're a walking, talking miracle. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. You can walk through the valley of shadow and death and fear no evil. God is not giving you a spirit of fear. He gave you a spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. You can call those things that are not as though they were. You got the ability to declare and to decree right now. You ain't got to wait. So when you get to this level, what's up, Brother Jesse? Brother Jesse and Hizzle. When you get to this level of awareness, that's 360 degrees. Again, this is not for new believers. This ain't for 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade folks. If you're new to this, you might not want to get in at this level of the game, homie. Because on this level, there's no devil. On this level, there's only one thing. Code. Code is now circuits. Circuits are now chips. These, not the chips that you eat. The chips that control your computer. Your brain, you are nothing but a spiritual computer. But you're supposed to write your own algorithm. So what you listen to a reverend, doctor, or a bishop, you, my brother, you, my sister, have been given everything that you need for life and godliness. You already got it. You ain't got to look for it. Where's it at? Well, the Bible says it says within. The Bible even says anybody that does not believe that Jesus Christ came in the body. Look that up in the Greek. It means internal. So if you do not believe that Yahushua the HaMashiach is inside of you, operating as you, wanting to manifest him, her, itself through you, bruh, you've been bamboozled. You drinking the purple Kool-Aid. I mean, not you personally, but people you know. So there's people that you know, they drink the purple Kool-Aid. They believe. They need a reverend, doctor, or a bishop. They don't know that they're a joint heir. They don't know that they're a royal priest. They don't know that they're an ambassador. And an ambassador is a representative of a higher power in a foreign land. There's Negroes walking around that they don't know that we are in this world. But Negro, we ain't of this world. That's a whole other frequency. So this is the highest level of the game. This is when you stop playing the game. And this is when you stop controlling the game. And even this is when you stop writing a code. You're no longer the code. You're no longer the controller. And you're no longer the character. You're no longer spirit. You're no longer soul. You're no longer body. You are singularity, source. You become one with the big G. Then you can say what Yahushua said. When you've seen me, you've seen the Father. Because me and the Father are one. Ooh-wee, on that level, Brother Jesse, there's no devil. Don't tell nobody I told you. So check out the new website coming out, Masterteacher360. Check out the new content. I still got the basic stuff, entry level. That's 4. Just like you make a circle, it's divided into 4 quadrants. Those 4 are divided into 12. Those 12 are divided into 144. 144 attributes and characteristics inside the highest level of the game. Man, I love y'all. Appreciate you. Thank everybody for tuning in. Sister Pam, I see you. Sister Amanda, good seeing you, sis. Man, I love y'all. Guess what? Ain't nothing you can do about it. Holla at your boy.